Live from CSAT Middle School in Buffalo, New York. I'm Stu Boyer along with Tom Prince bringing you tonight's game. A divisional showdown between CSAT and the Falcons of Niagara Wheatfield. Niagara Wheatfield won the first matchup 62-58, but Tom, that was an outstanding game and we should expect nothing less in this one tonight.
No doubt. We got some scorers in this game, I'll tell you. Watch out. We're going to start right now with Niagara Wheatfield. The two players to watch for on that team, no doubt, start with TJ Robinson. This kid's been a scorer for years already. As a sophomore, I watched this kid go for 30. I'm telling you, he can put up the points. He can shoot from the outside. He can go dribble to the inside. He can do some great things. Then, look at there. His name, Alexander Fletcher, but he's known as Xander. So Xander's the kid right there. He's going to be your point guard. He's averaging 16.5 points a game. TJ's averaging 23 points a game. And then on the flip side, the guy to watch out for on CSAT, the scorer right there, is Nate Parker, averaging 20.6 points per game. We got some guys that can light it up. We're going to see some shooting today.
All right, but first, our national anthem. So we're getting set for the start of the game. Heidi Gunther is producing. BJ Stack on camera here at the CSAT Middle School. Niagara Wheatfield comes in 8-1. Their only loss coming to Bishop Simon, 7-0 in league play, and CSAT is 6-3 as they introduce the starters here at the middle school.
So we'll let them do, and then we'll talk from there. But let's let the announcer have his thing.
So the officials for today's game, Tom Zaccardo and Justin Kontz. We've seen these gentlemen before. Always a pleasure to see them again.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, they need a guy like me on the announcing system, though, right?
Yes.
They need that loud to get everyone going.
Yes.
And I'll tell you this, though, Stu. I don't think there's any other way. I love when the school does a band play the national anthem or a student comes and sings it. I absolutely love that and love when the students are involved.
Absolutely. Niagara Wheatfield will be in the black uniforms with the red numbers and red trim. The homestanding Eagles will be in the white uniforms with dark blue trim and numbers in blue with yellow trim. As we're set to go, looks like we'll have the jump ball at center court. The Eagles will be attacking the basket in front of us, and the Falcons will be attacking the basket at the far end. Off the tip, it goes into the back court, and Jordan Bynes will bring it up the floor for the Eagles. Eagles and Falcons, the Birds playing tonight. That's Parker with the ball. You want to keep an eye on him. They'll kick it back to Sanders. Now on the far side to Bynes. Bynes into the corner. Comes back out. Sanders for three. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound taken away by Niagara Wheatfield and stolen back by Wells. And he'll hand it off to Parker. Parker. Gives it to Sanders. Sanders on the far side. And he'll look for Parker again as Bynes stopped the dribble. Parker, long range shot off the back iron, no good. Wyatt Cooper hauls down the rebound and gets it ahead to Alexander Fletcher. He'll kick it into the corner. Down low, comes back out to Fletcher. And he's setting up the offense here. 6:52 to play first quarter. Nobody's scored yet. And they try to work it into Cooper. It's knocked away, kept alive by the Falcons. They'll dump it down low to Cooper again. Now into the corner, and the pass for Cooper is picked off by Parker, and he'll drive and lay it up and in for the first 2 points of the ball game. 2-0 CSAT, 6.5 to play. Sean Watson with the ball now for the Falcons. Now it's Fletcher. Far side to Jesse Thomas. Into the corner, driving the baseline, kicking it out, and driving toward the basket, putting it up and in is TJ Robinson, and we're tied at 2.
Robinson keeps doing that. Watch out, that open shot's going to open up for him in the three-point land. He'll shoot it from there too.
The Eagles with the ball. We're all tied up at 2. Bynes, the short jump shot, banks off the glass, no good. Rebound hauled down by the Eagles. That's Sanders, and he'll kick it back out. Parker, good for 3, and it's 5-2 in favor of the Eagles. Robinson with Parker guarding him. That'll be an interesting matchup. Into the corner. Driving and laying it up and in. Nicely done is Sean Watson, and it's 5-4. This is going to be one of those back and forth games, Tom. We're off to a good start already.
Yeah.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Sanders, far side. Now Parker, near side to Bynes. Bynes. Sanders puts up the shot, no good. Rebound taken by Robinson. Robinson. They'll look for Cooper down low. He'll miss the layup, and the Eagles will get the rebound. Wyatt Cooper put it up, but it wouldn't fall. So Parker comes back the other way. The Bynes all the way across the court to Wells. And now it's Sanders with the ball with Wyatt Cooper on him. He'll put up the shot. Cooper got a hand on it, but the rebound is hauled down by Sanders, who steps out of bounds. And it'll be Niagara Wheatfield ball. And we'll get our first substitution of the game. Savion Williams coming in for the Eagles.
Sanders got up there to take that one down, right? And he really comes up big with a rebound and shows that they're being real aggressive on the offensive boards.
Fletcher into the corner. They'll look for the big man Wyatt Cooper now on the far side into the other corner. There's a long-range shot that's no good. Parker's got the rebound, and he'll drive the length of the court, lay it up. It won't fall, but he draws the foul on Alexander Fletcher. That'll be 2 shots. So you can see that these two teams are both going to push it up and down the floor without any hesitation.
Yep, and look at your scores. Your scores are all, your main top scores on this team are guards, right?
Yes.
So guards want to push the pace, and absolutely you're going to see a lot of this fast pace today. Interesting defense, too, that you've seen from Niagara Wheatfield early in this one. They're playing a zone, but they'll come out of the zone to go one-on-one, and especially they'll go one-on-one with Parker, who's their big scorer.
And Parker makes the first free throw, misses the second. Robinson gets the rebound, and away he goes. Still has it. Bounce pass to the near side. Shot got blocked or tipped, and Sanders has the rebound, and he'll hand it off to Parker. 6-4 CSAT. Jordan Bynes puts up the three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound grab by Wyatt Cooper, and he'll get it to Fletcher. And Fletcher will bring it across the timeline. Here's Robinson for Niagara Wheatfield into the corner. Now they try to work it down low to Cooper again, and it goes off his hands or was knocked out of bounds by the Eagles, and it'll be Niagara Wheatfield ball.
So far, the story's been defense, Stu.
Definitely. And it's a 2-point game, but you'd have to say that the Eagles have had a little bit better of it so far. Robinson for three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound hauled down by Williams for the Eagles, and they will bring the ball back up the floor in the person of Parker. Parker to Bynes. Bynes to Williams. And he lost it. Comes to the big man Cooper, and he'll just hand it off to Thomas Jesse. And this is Fletcher. And they'll look for Watson driving to the basket. He'll score to tie it at 6. Good play there. They worked the ball nicely. Did Niagara Wheatfield.
Aggressive right down the lane, too. He saw the lane and was aggressive right to the basket.
Bynes. Back to Parker. It's a pick from Sanders. Back to Bynes. And goes to Sanders. Parker. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Parker looking to get a shot away instead. He drops it back to Bynes. Shot is no good. Rebound hauled down by Thomas Jesse. And he'll pass it all the way across the court to Fletcher. Into the corner. Driving. Robinson puts up the shot and scores. Nicely done by T.J. Robinson. And it's 8-6 in favor of Niagara Wheatfield. That's the Falcons' first lead of the game with 1:50 to play in the first quarter. A loud crowd on hand tonight. Pretty decent crowd on a Friday night. Short jump shot by Mike Wells is no good. Wyatt Cooper hauls down the rebound, gets it to Robinson, and he'll push it up the floor. Far side to Alexander Fletcher. Into the corner to Thomas Jesse. Cross court the other way, and they'll look for Fletcher, I believe, who lays it up and in, and it's a 10-6 game.
All the points in the paint early right now. Penetration by the guards has been the key for Niagara Wheatfield.
Driving down the lane, putting up a shot, and it won't go, but there's a foul on the play. Sanders driving down the lane, and Coach Eric O'Brien wants to know where's the foul. He's got his hands with the palms up. What was that? Eric's been more than 10 years the head coach at Niagara Wheatfield. He was at North Tonawanda previously. Camilo Hoyas is the head coach here at CSAT. The first free throw is good to make it a 10-7 game. I was asking Camilo about, he said, think Georgetown Hoyas. I said, you can't say that to a Syracuse guy.
Especially to this Syracuse guy.
Second free throw is good. It's a 10-8 game. We have a timeout on the floor. We're going to keep it right here and have some observations.
Right, Stu, there's two things that I think that are happening, both for each side that are well, right? They're going very well. First of all, CSAT, even though they're behind, I love the way they're attacking the boards early on, right? Because those second chance opportunities, if you keep getting those offensive rebounds and putting those second chance opportunities back, you're going to get points. And it's going to lead to a close game or an outcome that's going to be a win for you. Flip side, Niagara Wheatfield, their penetration right now into the paint is unbelievable. If you sit back and worry about them hitting the threes, they're going to do exactly what they're doing, and that's penetrating into the paint, into the glass, and getting those easy shots. So now you're going to see if you make the adjustment that comes out and starts backing off to try to stop the penetration into the paint, watch, these guys can shoot the threes too. So it's something you got to give one to get the other. Let's see how this pans out right now.
So the Falcons will inbound the ball. They'll get it to Robinson on the far side. Parker guarding him. He stopped the dribble. Passes it into the front court for Thomas Jesse. And now it comes back to Robinson. He'll put it on the floor, drive down the lane, lay it up. He'll miss the layup, and the rebound's hauled down by Sanders, who gets it ahead to Jordan Bynes, who brings it into the front court. Bynes back to Sanders, and he'll dump it down low, intended for Williams, but it's knocked away. Loose ball on the floor, battle for the ball. We get a jump ball, and the possession arrow will be pointing toward Niagara Wheatfield. And 38.7 seconds left to go in the first quarter, 10-8. Falcons leading the Eagles. They'll get it to Robinson in the backcourt. Bounce pass, and driving toward the basket, laying it up and in is Thomas Jesse. And it's a 4-point game at 12-8 as we come down to the final 25 seconds of the first quarter. Jordan Bynes back to Parker. And he and Bynes will just play a little pitch and catch here. Less than 15 seconds to go. Into the corner, Williams to and I think he traveled, and the official agrees with me, and it's a turnover. So Niagara Wheatfield will get a chance to add to their 4-point lead in the final 10 seconds. Fletcher with the ball. Our side to Robinson, looks to get a shot, puts up a weird shot that won't go. He didn't quite get the shot he wanted, Tom, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. At the end of one, it is Niagara Wheatfield 12, CSAT 8. You're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Even the most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Welcome back to the Niagara Wheatfield at CSAT game. Do I read that right? Not a single foul called on Niagara Wheatfield and only 2 on CSAT? Is that
No, flip it. 2 on Niagara Wheatfield,
right.
0 on CSAT.
Right. Well, I don't remember the last time you and I saw a quarter without a foul by one team.
I'll tell you, there really hasn't been a lot. I mean, if you think about it, you saw the drives into the paint there by Niagara Wheatfield, right? And you saw there wasn't any contact. Right, they were getting right to the glass right there.
True.
So, I mean, you're going to see this game it's that feeling out period. You can almost see we're waiting for that burst to happen here, and it's going to happen in this game because of the scoring that we have on both teams.
Parker to Williams, puts up the 3 off the iron, no good, and stolen. And Bynes has his shot blocked. He stole the rebound, and Fletcher drives down the lane and has the ball knocked away, but it comes back to Cooper. And then into the corner for Fletcher for Niagara Wheatfield. Ball goes up in the air and put up and no good by Sean Watson. And now it's the Eagles coming back with the ball. What a sequence, and no points there. Parker to Bynes. He'll put up the shot off the front iron, no good. Waiting for the rebound. Cooper, the big man, gets it, and he gets it to Fletcher. And Fletcher drives, and speaking of fouls, there's one. And he was driving down the lane and was fouled.
He jinxed it.
Sorry. Yeah, that's the old. He's made 27 straight kicks, right? I got a better one for you, I'll tell you when we get a chance. Niagara Wheatfield inbounds the ball. It's Robinson in the corner. He'll bring it out to Sean Watson. Now back to Robinson. Robinson along the baseline gets it to Fletcher. And now Robinson again. He'll pass it off to Fletcher. Fletcher drives down the lane, lays it up and in. Fletcher's off to a strong start, 14-8 in favor of Niagara Wheatfield. Nate Parker running the offense. Sends it to Bynes, to Williams, back to Parker. Almost stolen, and Parker puts up the short jumper that's no good. Cooper grabs the rebound and travels. He doesn't believe he traveled, but he did. It's 14-8. And Eric O'Brien wants that little push there. These coaches, they are always trying to get every little edge.
And guess what? That's why they're coaches, right?
Yes. And the inbound pass is stolen beautifully by Fletcher. He'll drive the length of the floor, lay it up and in. 16-8, the biggest lead of the night tonight for Niagara Wheatfield. What a play. Ty Quitchoff getting set to check in for the Falcons. Nice play there by Fletcher. Really well done. Now CSAT looking for an answer here. Bynes drives down the lane, lays it up, but turns it over. And Quitchoff comes in as Thomas Jesse heads to the bench.
Said he called a travel on that one.
It was a travel. I thought so. I wasn't 100% sure. I knew you would fill me in. Fletcher at the other end into the corner to Quitchoff. Now back to Fletcher all the way across to Sean Watson. Watson will put it on the floor, dump it off into the corner. Quitchoff thought about shooting, but he had no room. And the pass goes off the hands and into Savion Williams' hands, and he'll lay it up and in. 16-10. The Quitchoff pass went off the hands of his teammate and came back the other way, and it was a basket. Now here's Fletcher again, and he'll drive the length of into the paint and score. Wow, he must have 8 points by now, and he drew the foul too.
Yep, that's going to be an N1 right now. You can see is Xander's a lefty, right? So you can see he's a tough, but when he comes in on the left side, watch out. I'll tell you right now is because he goes right to the basket right there, and he's a really tough guard. And when you got two guards out there in Robinson and Fletcher the way you do out there, you're going to focus on one. The other one's going to hurt you. And right now you can see the focus is on Robinson because he started out as the scorer. Now you can see Fletcher taking over.
And the three-point play is complete. Niagara Wheatfield putting some full court pressure on. Jordan Bynes bringing the ball across the timeline as the Falcons drop back. Here's Bynes spinning, tosses it to the far side. The three-pointer is good by Mike Wells, and it's 19-13. Now Robinson the other way. Robinson back to Fletcher. Into the corner. Quitchoff trapped, but gets it out of there. Comes back to Fletcher. He'll drive down the lane, dish it off to Quitchoff, and he'll lay it up and in. Nice play by Ty Quitchoff. Good passing there as the Falcons work the ball nicely. 21-13. And the pass for Parker almost stolen, and he'll dish it off to Sanders, and Sanders will, nice play, but it won't fall, and Niagara Wheatfield gets the rebound. This is Robinson. He'll kick it into the corner to Fletcher, and right back out to Cooper, who got his shot blocked, but there's a foul on the play. So quick action at both ends, and winds up with nobody scoring, but Niagara Wheatfield getting a trip to the free throw line in the person of Wyatt Cooper.
What do they always say? Take what the defense gives you. Has Niagara Wheatfield not been incredible in the paint today? They've gone and they've seen the openings and taken those openings in the paint and gone right to the basket.
And Cooper misses the free throw. 21-13, the score remains.
A lot of teams give that up sometimes to shoot the three-pointer, right? And Niagara Wheatfield has not done that, and that's the reason why they've been so successful.
And the second free throw is no good, but Fletcher comes down with the rebound, but then he loses it to Mateo Eberhardt-Rogers. Now Parker in the front court. Steele takes the jump shot off the iron, no good. Rebound by Sean Watson. Ahead for Quitchoff. Nice play by Quitchoff to haul that pass in. He'll get it back to Fletcher. And back to Watson. He'll get it to Robinson. Into the corner for Fletcher, driving the baseline, lays it up and in. Oh, they have been terrific. The penetration has been spectacular. That's where all their points have come from, down low along the baseline. Haven't had to shoot any threes. Now coming back the other way. Shot is around and out by Eberhardt-Rogers. Ball loose on the floor, and we got a timeout called by Niagara Wheatfield. And it'll be a timeout with Niagara Wheatfield having opened up a 10-point lead here, 23-13. And you know what? Robinson, in terms of scoring, has been pretty quiet.
No, because he started off the hot, right? It's just, what do teams do? They make adjustments as the game goes on. We saw, right? You saw the switch when TJ started scoring. You saw the switch right there when you actually saw Parker come over and then start guarding TJ one-on-one. So what does that open the door for?
It opens up for Fletcher.
Right? Listen, you got two great point guards right here that are both scoring 16 and 23 points per game. Right? Either one of them could put up big points at any time and then put up 30-point games like it's nothing.
Niagara Wheatfield has the ball. 3:35 to play, first quarter. Robinson. Now Watson. He'll hand it off to Fletcher. Bynes guarding Fletcher. Does a nice job there. Fletcher tried to hit Watson, but it was picked off, and it comes back to Parker the other way, and he'll lay it up and in. 23-15. That's one of the few turnovers for Niagara Wheatfield so far today. And here's Robinson coming back the other way. There's a whistle, and I believe a foul as he was tripped up. That'll go against the Eagles.
I love Parker in the open court. Has he not been incredible in the open court, going right to the rim the way he has? Really does a great job in the open court and attacking the rim.
Niagara Wheatfield will inbound the ball. We'll get it all the way back to Robinson, into the corner to Fletcher. He's looking for the big man Cooper, but it goes off his hands and out of bounds. So the Eagles will bring the ball up the floor. This is Parker. 23-15. The visitors ahead here. Jordan Bynes. Sanders puts up the three. It's good. And it's 23-18. So here comes a run by the Eagles. And now Parker guarding Fletcher. We'll see what Robinson does. Robinson takes that one right to the bucket. His shot is blocked. Taken away by Bynes, and ahead to Parker, and here comes Parker. The short jump shot off the front iron, no good, gets his own rebound, goes right back up and scores. 23-20. And here comes Parker again on Alexander, and now Watson goes the other way. Watson drives down the lane, kicks it to Kwitchoff in the corner for three, around and out. Ball loose, rebound grabbed by the Eagles. They get it to Parker, and he'll drive and score. That's an offensive foul, no basket. They called him for the offensive foul. Great defensive play. I think that was Sean Watson standing in there. And I don't think that Camilo Hoyas will agree with that call, but that's what the call was.
Let me tell you something. It was a great job of Watson staying in there, but that was one hell of a drive and shot there by Parker still, right? Left-handed up off the glass with contact. Wow, what a job right there.
You know, just for the sake of showmanship, you should count the basket. Here's Fletcher, kicks it into the corner. Robinson now. Back to Watson. He tries to dish it off someplace, and it was knocked out of bounds. But the ball will stay with Niagara Wheatfield. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:54 to go in the quarter. 23-20. The Falcons are up ahead.
Feels like CSAT's defense has gotten up one more notch, right? And you can just feel it right now. And that's been the run, been because of the defense.
I think it was when they switched Parker on to Fletcher. To your point earlier, there's a long three-pointer is good. I'm not sure if that was Kwitchoff or Watson. It was in front of the bench, and I couldn't tell.
I think it was Fletcher, actually.
All right, well, he's having a pretty good first half here. Here's Parker the other way. He'll put up the three. No good. Rebound hauled down by Robinson, and he will dribble into the front court. Robinson, oh, great ball handling, drives, has his shot blocked, comes to Parker coming back the other way, and Parker puts up that short jump shot, tries to bank it in, it won't go, taken down by Watson for Niagara Wheatfield. He'll get it to Kwitchoff, and Kwitchoff will settle things down a bit. Now they'll get it into Fletcher's hands, and he'll bring it into the front court. Fletcher drives down the lane, puts it up, but that one won't go. Rebound Eagles, and it comes to Jordan Bynes. Bynes driving right down the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound hauled down by Kwitchoff, and Watson starts out. Watson to Robinson. Robinson drives, stops, keeps moving. Oh, that was some great work there. Kwitchoff thought about the three. Here's Fletcher into the corner to Watson. Watson comes out of there with the ball. Bounce pass for Kwitchoff. Short jump shot off the back iron, no good. Robinson gets the rebound. He goes up, has his shot blocked by Bynes, but the ball will stay with Niagara Wheatfield. What a sequence. A lot of work there, and they were unable to get rewarded with a basket. And here comes the big man Wyatt Cooper back into the game for Quitchoff.
The last 4 minutes, you can just feel the intensity really pick up by both teams, right? Now you can see it was like the feeling part is done. Now we're going to attack.
Bounce pass to Wyatt Cooper underneath. His layup won't go. Taken away by Jordan Bynes.
I think that was partially blocked there by Sanders, too.
20 seconds to go in the first half. 26-20 in favor of Niagara Wheatfield. Bynes, and the ball's knocked out of bounds. The pass intended for Savion Williams, and it goes out of bounds. So the Falcons will have a chance here in the final 14 seconds to add to their 6-point lead. Rob Robinson with the ball. Now to Fletcher, less than 10 seconds. 7 seconds. Fletcher looking to get that shot. Stops, puts up the shot, off the back iron, no good. Rebound loose, shot put up, no good. And that'll bring the first half to a close. Great first half, Tom. You couldn't ask for much more.
No, listen, this really has been more about the defense of both teams so far in the first half. You'd probably consider this a low-scoring first half for both teams that are out there. But the defense of both teams has been strong, as we've seen multiple block shots by CSAT on the defensive side of the ball. And we've seen the same thing happen here by Niagara Wheatfield on the other side. Love what we're seeing as far as the intensity of this game goes. Now becomes the question is, what are you going to stop on the strengths, right? I will say, CSAT, you're going to keep doing what you're doing, right? That defense is going to stay doing what you're doing because your defense has led into your offensive points in a lot of cases. What's going to happen is you've got to, if you're CSAT, stop the penetration into the paint. That has to begin. You don't stop that penetration into the paint, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. But watch out, because when you do, you're going to see those threes start to go, and they're going to start shooting them. And we really haven't seen a lot go up yet.
It also looks to me like, at least on the offensive glass, Niagara Wheatfield's had the better of play as well. They've had more second, third, and fourth chances.
In the end, if you remember, that was something I pointed out for CSAT early in the game. If you remember, they were getting their second and third chance opportunities. They just weren't falling for them. So it's at times that both have done it very well. You've got to make sure you're boxing out on the defensive side of the ball and make sure that doesn't happen, because if either of these teams keep getting second chance points, it could be the difference in this game, especially at a 6-point game.
So we're at halftime with the score. The Falcons of Niagara Wheatfield 26, the Eagles of CSAT 20. We'll be back with the second half after this short break.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF and...
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Back at halftime here at the CSAT Middle School gym, it is Niagara Wheatfield 26 and the homestanding Eagles 20 after a pretty high energy first half. The final score of the first time these two teams played was 62-58. So I'm going to guess that this game is unfolding in a fairly similar manner.
Yeah, I mean, even though we're not even half of those scores, right? So you've got to have a much better second half. Both teams need to have a much better second half to even get to that point, right? So really it's going to be now is what are the adjustments that they're going into halftime and making, right? What are the quick adjustments? What are we going to see? Early on we saw with Niagara Wheatfield, we saw a 2-3 zone start, and then it kind of went to a box and one as they had a shadow follow their top guy, Parker, right there, right? So the question now will be, do we see anything like that as far as change into, from Niagara Wheatfield to try to the defense? But I'll tell you, honestly, a lot of the points for CSAT came off fast breaks or steals, right? So I don't know if there's a lot they're going to change what they did on their defensive stand of the ball. Flip side for CSAT, you've got to somehow make some changes. And the changes have to be is, how do I stop my guards from penetrating into that paint? There's just been too much penetration, and it's come from all over.
Yeah, that's true.
It's come from the sides, right? It's come from the wings. It's come from right up the top of the key. It's come from all over. That has to end, that you've got to stop the penetration or at least make these guys kick the ball out and shoot the three, right? Do something differently than what we're currently seeing right now. And that's going to really be the key right there, is what changes really get made.
Well, to your point you made early in the game, and they ask a lot, the Eagles do, of Nate Parker, not only in terms of scoring, but at first he was defending Fletcher, and then he switched to Robinson, and the one he wasn't defending was able to get loose and score a bunch of points. And I think he was on Robinson more than he was on Fletcher, because Fletcher had a bushel of points, it seemed, in the first half, all from in close. It's like no one has really made any long-range shots.
Really, and they haven't had to, right? But that's what I loved about what the team has taken, what's been given to them, right? And that's really what they've done well. But I'll tell you, you nailed it on the head with Parker. You saw Parker on some of the fast breaks pull up right there at the free throw line and make those shots and come up a little bit short. You wonder if it was just a little bit tired, because you're playing the best guy on both sides of the floor is what you're doing. So you got to give Parker even more credit in what he's doing, just because he's playing that good as far as offensively doing what he needs to do, but also playing the top players here on the other team.
All right, we'll take a quick break. A minute and a half to go until the second half starts. It's 26-20, Niagara Wheatfield leading CSAT. You're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
We're back at the Niagara Wheatfield CSAT game, 26-20. The Falcons lead this one. Should be a fascinating second half. Pretty high pace to the first half, Tom, and we'll see if they can maintain it here in the second half.
Well, like I said, when you got the guard play you do on both these teams, oh, I'm sure it's going to get maintained. I really am, right? Yeah, when you have such intense guards that we have in both these games, no doubt they like fast paces and they want to get to the rim.
Niagara Wheatfield gets the ball to start the second half, and this is Xander Fletcher with the ball. And it'll go to Robinson now on the far side, back to Fletcher. Fletcher to Thomas Jesse, and he'll just dribble it and send it back to Fletcher. Now Jesse, and has it knocked away by Parker, and a great steal there. He got it to Sanders, and here comes Parker. And he'll send it into the corner. It'll come back out. Parker can't get the shot away, but there's a shot from the corner that's off the rim, no good. The big man Wyatt Cooper gets the rebound, and Niagara Wheatfield comes back the other way. Fletcher to Robinson. Robinson to Watson, bounce pass to Cooper, the big man, and he'll score. And it's 28-20. Good passing there again by Niagara Wheatfield. I think that might be Cooper's first field goal of the night, maybe his second. And
I think it's his first one still, I do.
Al Parker, as fans are standing in front of us, the shot is no good. And here comes Fletcher back the other way. Stolen, reached in by Bynes, and it comes back the other way, and it's laid up, but it won't go. Battle for the loose ball. Sanders gets it, and he hands it off to Bynes, got it actually, and he scores, and there's a foul. So we had a few spectators walking in front of us. It was a little difficult to see there. So,
yeah, we're not in our normal place that we are in the gym. We CSAT work with us fantastic here. But we're over in the corner is where we are, kind of on the visitors' side at the end of their bench, kitty corner to corner right now. So it is a little tough for us sometimes to see certain angles.
Well, here's Jordan Bynes at the free throw line, looking to complete the three-point play and make it a 5-point game, and he does. And the Falcons will come back the other way. Fletcher. Robinson puts up the three. Good. As Parker and Cooper collide and the big man hits the deck, they both get up and appear to be fine. They didn't put that three up on the scoreboard. Should be, there it is, 31-23. Now Parker back the other way for CSAT. There's that short jumper that's good. And it's 31-25. He is deadly accurate with that short jump shot.
Watch out if Robinson, though, gets hot from three-point land. It could open up that lane even more for him.
There's Robinson. Cooper looks to set a pick. Instead, he turns away. And Robinson coming the other way. We got a whistle and a foul. And that'll go against the home team. And Niagara Wheatfield will inbound the ball. 5:48 to go, third quarter. 6-point game, 31-25, Niagara Wheatfield. Referee Justin Kons goes over to the scorer's table, no doubt to make sure they have the right player charged with the foul. Well, watch Greg Sanders and Wyatt Cooper. A lot of pushing and shoving underneath there. They end the ball on the far side. Now it comes out. Here's Fletcher with the ball. Pick from Cooper. Now Fletcher has it stolen, knocked away by Sanders, and he'll head down the floor, and he'll lay it up. The shot is blocked, and there's a foul. That'll send him to the free throw line. That's one of those good hard fouls to prevent the easy bucket after the steal.
Remember I talked about Niagara Wheatfield getting the penetration. Now that they're on our side of the floor and we're seeing a little bit more of what's going on in the defense, there's a lot of double teaming happening at Cooper down low. When you double team him like the way that is, that's going to open up a lane somewhere in, which is exactly what Niagara Wheatfield's taking advantage of.
Well, Sanders makes the first free throw. And now we have Mateo Eberhardt-Rogers coming back into the game, taking the place of Shaheem Thompson for the Eagles. Sanders makes that second free throw, and it's a 4-point game, 31-27. Robinson. On the far side, Cooper comes outside, almost had his pass for Fletcher stolen. And here's Fletcher driving down the lane, lays it up, won't go. Ball is loose, taken away by Parker. Fast-paced pass to Sanders, and he lays it up and in, 31-29. So the Eagles putting on some pressure here, and now the full court pressure. And the CSAT has Niagara Wheatfield forced to turn it over. Parker, the short jumper off the back iron, no good. Rebound hauled down by Thomas Jesse, and he'll bring it up the floor. Little helter-skelter there. Niagara Wheatfield having a little trouble with the pressure being put on by CSAT. Sean Watson on the far side, now into the corner. Now comes back out for Robinson. Robinson drives down the lane, puts up the short jump shot, won't go. Rebound taken away by Sanders, and here comes CSAT, and Sanders has the ball knocked out of his hands, taken away by Eberhardt-Rogers, and he has it knocked away. Here comes Parker to get it, but he's called for over and back. Kind of scrambly play here, Tom. A lot of back and forth, some good defense on both sides.
Watch that last possession. You just see Cooper all around the top of the key, trying to set picks and everything along the top of the key. Robinson penetrates, right? 4 people in the paint, no double team on Cooper. That was significant. Watch to see what happens with the double team and how the lane opens up.
Fletcher running the offense here, motions Cooper to go inside. Cooper battling Mike Wells. Far side, Robinson, the 3 off the iron, no good. Cooper gets the rebound, but he's tied up immediately and is called for traveling. Jordan Bynes, one of the players who tied him up, and it's a travel, and it'll be a CSAT ball with the Eagles down by 2.
And the reason for the travel calls, he actually takes it down to the ground with him. Once he goes down to the ground, that was the travel call.
Bynes to Sanders. He'll put up the 3. Good, and CSAT takes a 32-31 lead on the shot by Sanders. And this quarter has belonged to the Eagles. Fletcher to Robinson. Robinson gets a step on his man, spins, gets it back to Fletcher. Fletcher, far side for Thomas, it's Jesse Thomas. Now here's Fletcher. Andrew Fletcher drives and is called for traveling. I think he thought he got fouled as he went up for the shot. Instead, he's called for traveling.
You can just see the CSA team packing down in the zone. You see how many guys are in the paint right now? 4 to 5 guys are in the paint.
Parker drives, lays up the scoop shot, and it's 34-31. That's the Eagles' biggest lead of the night.
Wow on that one.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in the third quarter. This one has belonged to CSAT. Thomas Jesse. Trying to get it to Robinson. He moved. Now it's Fletcher. To Cooper in the corner, the big man in the corner. Gets it back to Robinson. Robinson with Wells defending him. And Watson gets it back to Fletcher. He'll put up the 3 off the iron. No good. And that's going to be a foul on Cooper for over the back. And in fact, I thought there was a foul on that 3-point shot that didn't go in, but it wasn't called. And then when Cooper went up to get the rebound, he was clearly over the back on the CSAT player. 2:43 to play third quarter, 34-31 CSAT. They've taken control of this game in this quarter.
And I think it's been their defense. We've been watching them pack in the paint. You can count 4 to 5 guys in the paint stopping the penetration that comes in there. Early on, we saw the penetration. I pointed it out to you. When they had Cooper down in the paint and the double team came on Cooper, that's when somebody was able to penetrate because of the double team. Since I pointed that out, have we seen the double team down there? And that's exactly what CSAT's taken advantage of, and they packed in the paint on the defense right there and stopped any penetration that's been happening.
And they forced a number of turnovers, and that's where it comes from, the really good defense.
Or if it's not a turnover, it's a one shot, I get the rebound, and I'm jetting down on the other side is what I'm doing.
So this will be Eagles ball. Mike Wells will inbound. And Parker will bring it up the floor. This game as advertised. Pretty good back and forth. Jordan Bynes. He'll kick it into the corner to Wells. Wells, well, tries to lay it up. It wouldn't go. Bynes gets the rebound of the loose ball, gets it out to Parker for that short jump shot. He actually missed that one. He hasn't missed many. And Fletcher gets the rebound. Missed opportunity there for CSAT. Fletcher to Thomas Jesse. Now back to Fletcher. Fletcher to Watson. Watson to Robinson. Back to Fletcher. Robinson puts up the three. Off the iron, no good. Fletcher gets the rebound and throws it off the CSAT player, which I think was Bynes. That was a great play and a very smart play by Fletcher to keep possession for Niagara Wheatfield.
Really one of the only things he really had to do with the way he went up, right?
Kwichoff back into the game now for Wheatfield. Here's Robinson. Robinson to Kwichoff. Kwichoff to Fletcher. And driving, now comes to Kwichoff. Thought about the three, decided against it, gets it to Watson. Watson drives down the lane, banks it up and in. He got the roll there, and it's 34-33 with a minute and a half to play in the quarter. Parker the other way for CSAT. All the way into the far corner for Wells. Now back to Sanders. And he'll take the turnaround jump shot, hits the iron, no good. Bynes with the rebound. His shot is blocked. And here comes Niagara Wheatfield the other way. The pass ahead for Alexander. He lays it up and in. And the Falcons get the lead back at 35-34. Great fast break there by the Falcons. Final minute of play in the third quarter. Parker, Kwichoff doing some great defense. Good defense there by Niagara Wheatfield. We get a whistle. And that must have gone CSAT's way.
No, they said CSAT timeout is what they did. Yep.
I couldn't see the bench from here. So it's a timeout with 56.3 seconds to go in the third quarter. Very good timeout by Camilo Hoyos. Good quick timeout to save the possession there.
Yeah, I mean, because you saw everybody motioning for a travel is what they were looking for. So obviously he got the timeout before that happened. So like you said, great timeout. So they'll actually be able to keep the possession here and try to take the lead before we go here to the beginning of the fourth quarter. But we knew this was going to happen, right? This is the exact game we talked about. And now, right now, what has happened? We've seen defense now for Niagara Wheatfield lead to the fast break points. That's what starts to happen. Both teams, whenever the run has happened, it's been their defense triggering the offense for the run.
And we're starting to see a whole bunch of lead changes, a lot of them, and they're coming quickly. So the Eagles will inbound the ball. They do. Parker takes that short jump shot off the back rim. No good. Rebound hauled down. And Bynes will take the jump shot off the iron. No good. Rebound hauled down by Kwichoff, and he'll hand it off to Fletcher. Back to Kwichoff. He's got a wide open three. Good. Ty Kwichoff. And it's 38-34 in favor of the Falcons. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Shot clock and game clock look just about even to me. Right now it's CSAT ball into the corner. Bynes back to Parker. He'll take the three. It won't go. Rebound taken by Bynes back to Parker. He'll dish it down low underneath for Wells, who scores and is fouled. And it's 38-36, and Wells will go to the free throw line. Tom Zaccardo on top of that one, making the call immediately. And this is, if he makes the free throw, it's once again a 1-point game.
Interesting with a tight game as we go to the fourth quarter. 4 fouls against Niagara Wheatfield, only 1 against CSAT. The free throws could be big here down the stretch.
Mike Wells at the free throw line, wearing number 00. The free throw is no good. Quitchoff in there quickly to get the rebound. Comes to Fletcher, 10 seconds. Ahead to Watson. Watson back to Fletcher. And he'll throw it back out for Quitchoff, who puts up the 3. It's no good, off the hands of Wells as the buzzer sounds to end the third quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, it's Niagara Wheatfield 38, CSAT 36. You're watching boys high school basketball on Western New York Athletics.
Even the most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Being home.
Stu Boyer and Tom Prince back at CSAT as the Falcons from Niagara Wheatfield have a 2-point lead, 38-36 after 3 quarters. Been a great game, been a great matchup, just kind of unfolding just the way you predicted, Tom. You should bet NFL games.
Let's not push it. And we got some big ones coming up this weekend that I know everybody in Buffalo is excited about.
Yeah, and you, as a Giants fan, you might be excited about the Giants GM hire.
I was.
And maybe who hires the head coach, which might be Brian Daboll. But first, Brian and the Bills have unfinished business.
Yeah, let them do that.
There's Sanders with the shot that's good from the corner, and we're all tied at 38. 7:40 to play, fourth quarter. Robinson to Quitchoff. Our side to Fletcher. Back to Thomas Jesse. Now here's Quitchoff. Quitchoff to Watson. Into the corner, coming out of there and driving and putting it up and in is Thomas Jesse. And it's 40-38. Now Parker back the other way for the Eagles. There's no doubt this game's going right down to the wire. Jordan Bynes with the ball into the corner. Now he gets it back. Bounce pass into the corner, driving the baseline, laying it up and in, and then colliding with his own teammate as Wells. We're tied at 40, and that could have been a disastrous. He collided with Savion Williams. Fortunately, both are okay. Quitchoff to Robinson. Robinson driving down the lane, and no basket. There's a foul on the play. And I think Eric O'Brien wanted that basket to count, or wanted that drive to continue, but Niagara Wheatfield will simply inbound the ball. No foul up there, at least they haven't put it up on the scoreboard. Niagara Wheatfield inbounds it to Robinson. Bynes playing some defense on him. Back to Fletcher, Xander Fletcher with the ball. Drives, banks it up and in. Nicely done, 42-40. Xander Fletcher having a strong game for the Falcons. Nate Parker now coming back the other way. Parker drives, and his shot is blocked, tipped up in the air, taken back by Sean Watson, who gets it back to Fletcher, back to Watson. He has nowhere to go, but now he drives and has the ball stolen by Parker, and away he goes. And Parker will lay it up and in, and we're tied at 42.
I honestly can't remember the last game with this many layups.
That's a really good point. Now Watson kicks it out to Robinson for three. Good. And it's 45-42.
And you knew a 3 was going to happen right after I said that, right?
Of course. And here's CSAT with the ball in the front court. Jordan Bynes bounce pass to Sanders. He'll kick it back out to Wells, now on the far side. Parker for 3. No good, but CSAT gets the rebound, and they put up the shot from the corner that's good by Bynes. And we're all tied at 4. Now that was a 2. Nope, it was definitely a 3. I thought it was, but at first they put up 44. Tied at 45, 5:29 to play in the fourth quarter. So you think this looks like a game that whoever has the ball last wins?
And those fouls could come into play. I mean, though right now it's been CSAT that really put them, the only one who's had a foul so far in the quarter. But it's something to watch.
They did finally put that foul up on the scoreboard.
So earlier in this game, you said you had a story you were going to hold on. Maybe now's the time to tell it.
Okay, well, it's a baseball story.
All right.
Cleveland Indians, now the Guardians, are playing the Orioles in the playoffs. This is like 1996 because my daughter Rachel was just born. I'm watching at home. And they put up on the screen, Omar Vizquel has not made an error in 1,500 million chances. So what happened? I'm like, put it down, put it down. Ground ball to the shortstop. Vizquel fields it, high throw, pulls the first baseman off the bag. It's an error. And my wife calls it that second to see how the baby's doing. I pick up the phone and I'm like, I can't repeat what I said. And she said, that's a great way to answer the phone. I said, I'm sorry. And then I tried to explain to her what just happened, which she didn't want to hear. So every time I see that or hear something like that, the field goal kicker, he's made 37 straight kicks of 55,000 yards. Well, why'd you put it up? Because you're killing him. Anyway, that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. It actually happened. So Niagara Wheatfield with the ball, looking to break the tie. Robinson, bounce pass. Oh, dish down low to Cooper, who banks it up and in. Good passing there between Robinson, Watson, and Cooper. 47-45. Now Parker coming back the other way. To Bynes, Sanders into the corner off the hands of Wells, but he gets it back, and Bynes drives down the lane, has the ball knocked away. Wells gets it back, he falls down. The ball comes to Robinson, and he gets it to Fletcher. He'll put up the 3. Good! Big three-pointer there by Xander Fletcher, and it's 50-45 Niagara Wheatfield. The offense coming from the defense once again. Good pick there by Sanders for CSAT. The shot from the corner by Wells is no good. And here comes Niagara Wheatfield back the other way with 4.5 to play. Fletcher to Robinson. Robinson. Add to Thomas Jesse. Now on the far side. Now they look for Watson, and he was trying to get it to Jesse, and he turned it over, and coming back the other way is Williams. He'll lay it up and in. Oh, that one hung on the rim for a while, but finally fell, and it's 50-47. Niagara Wheatfield with 4:04 to play. Robinson to Thomas Jesse. Now to Xander Fletcher. Robinson puts up the 3. Off the iron, no good. Cooper can't get the rebound as Sanders played some good defense. Parker, short jumper, no good. Rebound taken down by Sean Watson, and Niagara Wheatfield comes back the other way. And this is Watson driving down the lane, lays it up and in, and draws the foul. Huge bucket right there, 52-47 Niagara Wheatfield. Watson will head to the free throw line.
Big drive, right? You saw him. He saw that lane open up, took it right down the lane and won. And right now, anytime you're going to shoot 3 or get a three-pointer, it's going to be big in a close game like this.
So Watson tries to complete the three-point play, and he does, and it's 53-47 Niagara Wheatfield. So they punched. CSAT punched back, and then they got another counter punch, and here's another steal by Niagara Wheatfield, but instead they get it back. Bynes does. He takes the shot, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's off CSAT, and that'll be Niagara Wheatfield ball. So punch, counter punch, and right now Niagara Wheatfield landing the haymaker against CSAT, and we'll see how the Eagles respond. Niagara Wheatfield looking to stretch that lead from 6 to 8 or 9 if they can. Robinson with the ball. On the far side, Fletcher. And Fletcher will put up the 3 way off, touched nothing, and that'll be CSAT ball. So an air ball there, and it stays 53-47. Jordan Bynes will pick up the ball and get it back to Parker. Parker into the corner. Now he gets it back to Wells. Wells to Sanders. And his pass is knocked away, taken away. And here comes Niagara Wheatfield on the fast break. Thomas Jesse lays it up and in. Well done there. And it's 55-47. So CSAT needs an answer. Need a bucket and a couple of stops here. Parker, short jumper. Around and out, no good. Cooper got that rebound and he got it to Watson. And here come the Falcons. Parker defending Watson to Cooper, who's way outside. Now Fletcher. Far side back to Watson. Watson to Cooper down low, he'll bank it up and in. And he snuck behind the defense and banked it in. It's a 10-point lead with 2:10 to play, 57-47. Sanders. And his shot is good, 57-49. CSAT needs to put some pressure on and get some turnovers. They've got Robinson trapped in the backcourt. He gets it to Fletcher. And we got a timeout taken by Eric O'Brien of Niagara Wheatfield. 1:54 to go in the fourth quarter, 57-49 in favor of Niagara Wheatfield.
What a change the last 2 minutes is, right? It really has. It's been, you've seen one shot go up by CSAT, rebound come from Niagara Wheatfield, and you see somebody breaking out is what you see. A quick breakout, try to get the ball to him, ball's down here, and then you've seen either the three's been hit or it's been a lane penetration right to the glass for 2 more points. What we've seen all night long, right?
Well, and Cooper had a clutch bucket down here too. He got loose. Hard for a guy his size to get really loose because they've played him tough all night.
Well, they were doubling him for a while there, and you saw right there, no double, and then now you're going to get it down to your big man and let him do what he can do and also utilize his advantage, his height. He's the tallest kid on the floor.
And he did, and that's one big reason that Niagara Wheatfield leads this one 57-49 with 1:54 to play in the fourth quarter. So after the Falcons timeout, the teams will come back on the floor. This is a little bit different vantage point for us, but it's really kind of cool because you do have an interesting view of the bench closest to you. So Niagara Wheatfield will inbound the ball. They'll get it to Fletcher in the backcourt as the clock starts, and here comes Fletcher with Parker guarding him. To Watson. Watson for Robinson in the lane, and now it comes to Fletcher. Fletcher with Parker on him. They're killing some clock. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Watson, the shot is no good, but Cooper is there to bank it up, and he missed the shot, and somehow Fletcher got the rebound. Here's Fletcher driving the baseline, and he's pushed out of bounds by Bynes, and that draws the whistle and the foul on Bynes. So Niagara Wheatfield doing a great job there of killing the clock and keeping things alive, even though they did not score.
How about no fouls for Niagara Wheatfield against them in this entire quarter?
Here's Robinson. Sanders guarding him to Fletcher. They'll double team him. Nice play by Parker, but he finds the man driving down the lane, and Thomas Jesse scores 59-49. Favor of Niagara Wheatfield. 1:10 to play in the fourth quarter. Parker with the ball. Into the corner to Bynes. Back to Parker. Now Bynes. And he'll drive the baseline and dish it off to Sanders. His shot no good. Rebound put up and in by Shaheen Thompson. Less than a minute to play in regulation in the fourth quarter. 59-51. Here come the Falcons. Fletcher puts up the shot. No good, but Cooper gets the rebound. And they'll just continue to play keep away there. That's Watson to Robinson to Jesse. 36 seconds to play. 10 seconds on the shot clock. There's the foul. The foul's on Wells. And Niagara Wheatfield's in a great spot. Wells turned around and looked like he had something to say toward the bench. And Coach Camilo Hoyos, which is really neither here nor there, just the emotion of the game, just an observation. Pass to Robinson, and he will just turn around and wait to be fouled. And there's the foul. It'll stop the clock with 30.4 seconds to play. And that'll be the 5th team foul on CSAT.
I think it's a 6. I didn't
Oh,
think they put up the
changed it.
last one because
Oh,
they didn't
okay.
have the last one up there.
All right. Well, it's an 8-point lead for Niagara Wheatfield. It's getting close to miraculous time for CSAT to have a chance to win this game. Niagara Wheatfield in complete control here. They've been doing a great job killing the clock. Now they inbound it to Cooper, and he'll get it back to Thomas Jesse, and he'll get it back to Fletcher, and he'll just wait to be fouled by Parker. That'll be foul number 7, and I think it's time to start shooting from some free throws.
Yep, they're in the 1-on-1 right now. I love when a coach gets into it. I really do, right? And we're watching Coach right here at Niagara Wheatfield. Just into it, celebrating his team, getting his JV players into the game. I love that. I really do. It's the kind of coach you really want to play for.
And Sean Watson makes the first free throw to make it a 60-51 game. Eric O'Brien's team will improve to 9-1 and 8-0 in league play. And that league, as the free throw is around and out, no good. That league, what a fantastic finish it's going to be. These two teams, there's a shot by Bynes that's no good. Parker gets the rebound. His shot is good. It's 60-53 with 15 seconds to play. Robinson in the back court. And they finally foul him in the back court, and he'll go to the free throw line.
To finish that statement where you were going to say Niagara Falls is in there, Lewiston Porter's having a year, Ken West is in there, right? North Tonawanda is in there. You got a lot of good teams that can play basketball in that conference, a very good conference, especially to be undefeated at this point shows how good this team really is.
So the race for that division title is going to be fabulous as Robinson makes the first free throw. Without looking at the score sheet, scoring-wise, it didn't feel like Robinson had a big points game, although he did have a great game.
Well, we saw him hit 2 threes, and then the one he went on early on. I bet you I won't be surprised if he has 20.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. He played a great game. In fact, Niagara Wheatfield is just dribbling out the clock. And there's the buzzer. That'll do it. Niagara Wheatfield wins 61-53. They are now 9-1 overall, 8-0 in league play. CSAT drops to 6-3 overall, and they sweep the 2-game series from the Eagles.
Folks, watch out. We're going to do some post-game interviews, so look out for those. Probably tomorrow is when we'll release those post-game interviews. But look out for some post-game interviews, some highlight interviews, some highlight features that we'll do. Some big things from this game, no doubt. Saw some great play by both teams.
So I want to thank BJ Stack on camera, Heidi Gunther for producing, and colorman Tom Prince doing his outstanding job as usual. Once again, the final score, Niagara Wheatfield 61, CSAT 53. We hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you for watching. I'm Stu Boyer. Have a good night, everybody.
The most prepared moms experience the unexpected. When you do, we're here for you.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at howardhanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at howardhanna.com.